God, to make moves, doobie don't snooze, it's on your back, cause they hate you, dog break through, son get through, but don't break.
Yeah. We banging a late one. Pause, man. We banging a late one tonight. Pause. Yo, it's Parlay with us, man. You got me, Mr. Beans, man. You got Stony Crook. We live. We doing it all the way from Beantown. We bringing you guys that live hot content, man. We got that shit for y'all. Yo, it's Parlay with us. We got that playoff conference finals talk. We're gonna be talking some conference finals on the east and the west side of things. Tonight we got the New York Knicks playing the hella ball game to come back and win against the hot Pacers, man. The Pacers is playing hot, but for some reason, man, we're gonna talk about it. What's up, Stoney? How you doing?
Yo, I feel good, man. You know, good NBA playoff basketball. That's what you hope for, man. You know, I know, our team is out, but all you can hope for now is to watch some good NBA playoffs, man. That's what we got tonight.
Yeah,
we had a great game tonight.
Shout out to all the guys in Parlay with us. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube side of things, man. Shout out to you guys. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. Hit that thumbs up button. And jump in the chats, man. We got Parlay with us. We're gonna be talking sports tonight. We're gonna be talking a little bit of playoff basketball. But yeah, yo, it's shout out to the Celtics, man. They tried to do their thing, man. Maybe it was a limping team because what up, Sean Doe? We got Horseman number 3 in the show. We got Horseman number 3. We got Sean Doe. We hitting them live tonight.
I didn't see if I hit the last little crowd.
No, I feel you. I was like, yo, I hope these dudes didn't fall asleep, but I don't know about T. T might, Stacks might.
T probably drank too much of that bourbon.
He probably all sloshed up right now. Don't want to come on here and be all sloshy.
He burning and farting and dreaming right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, I understand it. Yo, so what up, guys? I haven't been on the show with you guys for the past couple of weeks, man. I've been on a hiatus, dealing with graduations and all kind of stuff going on, man.
We
and
some numbers last week, fam.
Them numbers was nice last week, man.
That was pretty good.
Them numbers last week. I don't know.
Yo, I was kind of impressed by it. I watched the show afterwards, even though when I didn't get on, man. And yo, I was impressed. There goes Stacks. Stacks is on there. Stacks, we was just talking shit, saying that you probably all sloshed up off that bourbon real quick. So
hold my lip, you got to worry about me.
He just finished throwing down a New York strip steak, man.
Yeah. T said Stacks shouted out to me. He was like, yo, getting on that hibachi grill. When he said that, I was like, yeah. I can't wait for the weather to break out here like that. Yo, the weather ain't even break yet, T. The weather ain't even break. We still wearing hoodies out here, fam. No bullshit. We still wearing hoodies. That weather is chill out there. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I don't know what's going on with New England weather this year.
My heat kicked. I was like, yo, fam, I don't be paying no $1,000 right now.
Yo, same thing. My shit jumped off the other day. I got it like if it goes beyond underneath 66, bro, it gotta come on.
Mine too.
That gotta come on. But yeah, man. So I'm glad to be back on the tour with you guys, man. And I've been missing a couple of weeks, and you guys been holding it down. We putting in some good numbers. I like them numbers from last week. Out of nowhere, them numbers look good. I don't know how it popped like that. Maybe the algorithm looked out for us, because I feel as though, not to really, we're gonna get into the sports thing real quick, to the game real quick, but not to jump on no other thing. I've been doing a little homework on this algorithm thing and the way out, how these things go. Yo, we got, for some reason, man, they got shows we put out some shows. All right. We put out some real good numbers in shows. Our show volume is out there. And even though we're a small podcast, they got smaller podcasts with less followers that's catching the algorithm when I'm watching just off my YouTube alone. You know what I mean? And that shit's kind of like weird to me. And they said the YouTube, shout out to YouTube, but they say YouTube be playing around with the algorithms based on whatever. So, shout out to Stoney for even saying, let's do this little like nighttime thing, because it seems like, let's see if we could jump into a different realm. Maybe we'll get into a different audience, especially after a post game show. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's do it, man. I'm like I said, I'm excited to be back on the squad on the tour with you guys. It's a good thing. What up, Stacks, man? How's it going, man?
Shit, just chilling, man. Just finished watching the game.
Now I know I'm gonna start it off like this. I know you was wishing that the Knicks will go with their heads bent tonight, and calling it a series, but they fought tonight with nothing, basically. 5 fouls by Towns, 4 fouls by Brunson. He ended up catching the 5th in the 4th quarter. Nobody else was. If that kid, what's his name? That kid didn't come off the bench and hit a couple threes and drive to the rim a couple times.
I think, you know what though? I think
Towns got hot.
I think they won because Brunson was on the bench. I'm gonna keep it 100 because that defense they had in there is what brought them back. You know what I'm saying? And in Indiana missing free throws, that's killed Indiana, man. Them free throws, they came back to haunt them.
Yes, it did.
In game 2, but tonight it haunted them.
Yes, it did.
Hey, listen, we shit on Tibbs, but Tibbs, to me, Tibbs coached well tonight because he could have easily said, "Fuck it, let me
pack
go
it in."
Brunson, let me. He said, "No, I'm gonna put Shaman in there. I'm gonna put Wright. I'm gonna Shaman game sometimes."
Coaching for his fucking job.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I mean, they were down early too.
Something Missoula didn't do. He made adjustments.
There you go.
Missoula ain't coaching for his job.
Now, that's he already got a title on his belt, so he's comfortable. They were down early though. They had a lot of time to come back in.
It wasn't really a comeback. I mean, it was, but you're right. 20 points.
They were down 20, like I think it was in the second quarter. So they just kept playing, man. And Brunson, when he was on the bench, man, everybody else put in some work, man. Yeah. He got production out of a lot of other players. That
what's his name? McBride? Is that his name?
He be hitting some big
McBride. He be hitting some joints, but Towns put him on their back, man. That's what happened right there. Towns.
What's that other player for the Knicks? I like his hustle. What's that kid's name? Is it Obi?
OG Anunoby, yeah, he came.
OG.
The hustler on there is
Hart. It's Hart. No, I'm saying, but this dude, he don't scared. That dude OG don't scared to shoot the rock though. He's shooting it.
No, he'll shoot it.
Man, he makes 250 million.
And he makes some good. Yeah, he do. So, the Knicks played to win that year. The Knicks knew they knew tonight. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. Like y'all know, the Knicks knew if they would have fell tonight, it would have been in them. It would have been over for them. They would have went home with bags on their head because they know it would have been done. All this cheering, like you said, Stacks, like they won the fucking chip the other day. That shit came back to reality quick for them.
They still got to win this next one. Me,
I know they do. I know they do. But they put them in a good seat, though. It put them in a good seat to challenge him for that next game. Sure enough, dude.
No, my bad. I was gonna say when Naismith went down too, that helped them a lot too. That helped them a lot coming back.
True.
You know what
I didn't basketball guards, as they call it. The basketball guards was in their favor at that moment.
I didn't like the Pacers shot selection at the end either. I know the defense was forcing them into a lot of those shots, but some of them shots, I was like, what? You all look like the Celtics out there. You know what I mean? Halliburton shooting 3. I'm like, bro. But you know what's so funny is
I think Halliburton got beside himself after he was doing so good.
He said it himself, when everybody on that bench knows, I think those dudes fuck with Tibbs, regardless of what we think of Tibbs. And they know they go down 3-0. It was crazy though when I seen the lineup they had out there, what they came back with. I'm like, yo, that adjustment alone was a gutsy. But what else? Like you said, Stats. What else could he do? Like he had to throw everything against the wall. You know,
he had no choice. He had to go to their lineup. The lineup had to come through. Like, you know, it was just a situation they were in. They had foul trouble all over the lineup. So those guys had to come in and produce, and that's what they did. They didn't do that in game 1 and game 2. You know, that's why they're in the 0-2 hole.
And if I was Carlisle, I would have did one of those tip moves and kept McConnell in there. I thought McConnell.
I was about to say that. He should have let McConnell stay in there. McConnell probably chewed him up.
I thought he was playing better than Halliburton tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can't bench Hallie though. He got you.
No, I'm just saying. No, but I'm saying but this is what it is. No,
first time, you can't.
In my opinion, when you got the guy going like that, that's what. I mean, I know it was easy for Tibbs though. You're right, because Brunson had those fouls. But when McBride and them was in there making that run, he said, "Let me keep it in there." Halliburton came in there. You're right. He is who he is. But I'm just like McConnell was getting to that teeth of that defense like it was. Like I was surprised at that, but I don't know. I would have even if you don't take Hallie out, I would have put him back in. He was playing better than Nimhard tonight, in my opinion. That's what I would have did. I don't know. I would have just you playing with a 2-game lead. Why not try it? You know what I'm saying?
I think Carlisle did all right. I would have went with my guys.
Yeah, I think
it's not like they was getting smacked around, but you know, McConnell did hit some shots, but what happens when he stopped hitting them? Then shit, you should have took him out the game.
Yeah, right. But I would have waited till he stopped hitting them. But I hear you go.
I mean, he could have. I mean, all it takes is a simple adjustment, and he stops. That's it.
Right.
The Knicks was kind of just letting him go. I mean,
he was even getting offensive rebounds and shit. I mean, that's like it was game 7.
He plays hard, man. He comes in and plays hard every time he plays. I would have went with my guys down the stretch, though. I would have.
You got to.
Shots. I appreciate you, brother, but we got to get back to it.
It's crunch time too. You got to have those players that got ice in their veins, man. 2 minutes to left, games tied, everybody's tight. You need those guys on there that are experienced. What better guy than Halliburton?
He did hit some shots. Then you run the risk of that's like some Tua what's my man Jalen Hurts shit. Like, damn, coach, 1 game and I'm bench. What type of shit is this? You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, but I think, and that's why he came out and played a good game tonight. He was like literally like, you know, what happened in game 2 ain't gonna happen again. Like Towns played a good game tonight.
No, he won the game for him. He took it home. I give it to him.
Yeah, he did. He
should be doing that more often.
There you go. I was about to say that. I didn't want to stymie his his game. But he should be doing that all the time, though. Doe is completely right. That's something about Towns that I think that he should be consistent with at all times, with his size and his skill ability down in the box. He should be exactly. He should be doing that. And when he do hit the threes is when it's there, like when they ain't coming out to defend them out there out there when in the perimeter. Then he could take those shots. But you're right, Towns should be murdering them down low, catching all kind of fouls down low, and putting himself on the line all the time and putting Indiana in a situation. I think that's what they maybe they can't. Maybe I don't know the style of game that Indiana is playing, a fast break style of game. They like to run, get the ball up and down the court, and not saying that the Knicks can't run with them. The Knicks could run with them, but the Knicks want to play a little bit of this half-court game. Yeah. You know what I mean? They want to play this half-court game with Towns and Brunson.
Because I felt like when they was losing that lead, Reggie Miller, who I can't, I don't know, but whatever. He made a good point. It was like they got it in with the 13 at the end of that, but they stopped running. They stopped New York didn't start locking up to the second half. But
Right.
Indiana slowed it. It was they were playing tentative with that lead, kind of run the clock out tight in the first half. And like Stoney said, you up 20. I'm not saying no, being up 20, it doesn't really count for me when you up 20 in the first half, in my opinion. It counts, but it's like you got a whole, especially in this NBA, like Dax always says, people come back with 20 with 8 minutes left in the game. So you guys acted like you was up. They just changed their whole style in that the end of the second quarter going into the half, and that was a big shot by McBride.
Yeah.
Big shot by Anunoby, and they just changed their whole run and gun, like you said, Bees. I know you can't run every possession. Sometimes the defense, when they make the point, get fouled, they get to reset their defense. But it seemed like they switched up their style at the end of the second quarter, playing more of a walk down the ball, just that style. And Reggie said it, like it did feel like it was more of a closer game at halftime. And I did like the way New York was playing going into the half.
Oh yeah, definitely. New York showed
they stopped running.
New York started showing a little moxie down at the end of the half there, and into the beginning of the third. New York showed that they played a little. Their defense came alive, and they took care of the ball. You know what I mean?
Sherman too, man. Sherman come off the bench, and I followed some of that New York media, and they were saying how Sherman be on the, he ain't been playing Sherman. But he gives you when that energy, man, that charge he took was huge. Those little plays, as Stacks know, he coached, those little plays get a whole team going. We look at it as fans like, oh, is this a charge, turnover? That jolts your bench, even when you up 13-15, because that just shows that he ain't giving up. And you got McBride coming in, he's doing what he's doing.
Right.
Wright didn't do much, but just him taking charges, even if they weren't called even if they were called defensive fouls, it's still, you're not giving up. You're putting your body on the line to stay in this game. You don't have to put 20 points to affect the game. And I know Stats can tell you that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, shout out to them. I didn't think that they were going to sweep them. Like you said, they still going to win, Tuesday.
Right.
If I was Indiana, man, I would not go away from that. Just keep running. Even if you want to walk it up the court, just keep running, because the next.
Oh no, I think Rick Carlisle is going to tell them to stay the course and keep running that ball. Keep running. Look at the fast break numbers. Right before the half, the fast break numbers was Indiana was like 16-0.
Yeah, 16-0.
You see what I'm saying? That's the game that Rick Carlisle wants to run. Like you said, though, they started. What I noticed was Halliburton. He went off, right, and he was having a great game. Boom, 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 with the alleys, the dunks, this, that, and the third, the threes, and then he started going on some showboat.
Yeah.
And that kind of changed the offensive outlook of what Indiana was doing. Not so much ISO, but taking ill-advised shots out of Halliburton.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That kind of brought New York back in the game, because New York was playing good defense down low, getting them rebounds and pushing that ball back up. That's how New York got in the game. I think, not saying I'm blaming it on Halliburton. I'm not. And like you said, Naismith went down, so that's a change in offense right there. I just think Halliburton, they should have stuck to what they was doing, moved the ball a little bit more, and they probably could have kept New York at bay.
They wasn't making shots though. That's just what it was. They was using the clock. What I like about Indiana is they use the clock and they try to get a good shot. They always try to get a high percentage shot in every possession, and they just wasn't making shots.
The spacing wasn't good for either tonight. Indiana spacing, they were like bumping each other. I know a lot of that's from the way New York was pushing them from the inside out. They were fighting over screen. It just seemed like they didn't have the spacing they had, but that's because, you got to give credit to New York to be. If I watch that game back, they forced them into a lot of that stuff. But back to Halliburton, he only had 7 assists. He has to be having like 11, 12 assists a game for them. You know, even if he only scores 20 points, he has to be at double-digit assists for them to be effective, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I mean, I know obviously some guys got to hit shots. Turner didn't hit his shots tonight. He was off. He took a couple of shots. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? But
he was playing good at the beginning of that half, though.
He was always out of place defensively. That was. I mean, I know Cat was bullying him. I ain't gonna hold you. Cat had him just out muscling him. But some of the fouls he was permit. He didn't have a good game to me. I didn't look at all his numbers overall. I didn't like the game he had.
No, he was pretty decent. He scored 19. I mean, you know.
I meant defensively, Cook. My bad. I meant defensively.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I think he had a couple blocks. I know I've seen him have like at least 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
I think Neesmith. I mean, that when he went down, that cost a little production from the Pacers. I think that kind of set them back just a little bit, but not where they couldn't win the game. You know, they just couldn't make shots down the stretch, and New York did.
And I ain't putting Matt Jordan on the floor. I'm not putting him on the floor. Fire. He's not coming in. He is not playing. He has a short leash for me. That dude should be getting 15 points like his number. He be playing the fouls he be committing, the shit he be doing. I don't know. I don't know. You go with Walker. I don't know who else is on that bench, but
He's something's going on with him.
Something going on with him. He can't hit layups. I'm over here like he's nice. I like his game, T. I mess with him, Stack.
Yeah,
I don't know what was like him.
Well, he just ain't playing well.
Yeah,
having a bad series. Played great against Milwaukee. Played great against Cleveland. He just ain't playing right now. Matchup styles make fight. Maybe the matchup.
Right. Styles do make fights.
Yeah, because he's a 15 point guy. What do you have tonight?
0. I don't remember. He might have got somebody might have wrote a 2 in there. I don't remember.
Yeah. You don't remember seeing them? They take a shot. Somebody might have wrote a 2 in there. That's funny. Yo, shout out to all the subscribers out there, man. Shout out to the people right now in the live and the YouTube, man. If you guys in the live, you got comments on this Knicks game, this Knicks Pacers game. What do you guys think? Do y'all think the Knicks can come back and make this a series? Let us know, man. You guys jump in this comment and tell us what we think. I think this series can go 7. That's just my thinking. Do I really do I think the Knicks could take, put this, tie this up in 2 days in the next day and a half? I don't know. I'm not rooting for the Knicks in a way, but I looked at today they showed, so I got a little I was on, I forgot what I was on, right? Whatever social media. And they had New York, they had the last time New York won, just the New York period, New York City. And the last time they won something, and could you believe that Super Bowl win against us was that long ago? I think it was like something like 16 years or some shit.
Yeah, I believe that.
That shit was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but they won recently with New York.
It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. And
the last time Yankees won chips, Tony?
09.
09.
So I'm just saying that the last New York championship was their football one?
Was football.
Yeah, because the Yankees won 09 when they had
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
what up, David Burns? What up, Terrell Whitaker? What's up, man? What up, Terrell? What up, nephew?
T in the building. What up, T?
Yeah, the last time Pacers in 6, Pacers have depth. I understand that. I'm really just real quick. I really didn't know what the Pacers has as a team, but just watching for these past couple of games, they do have depth. But yes, the last time, and shout out to David Burns, number 1 subscriber, coming all the way from Cedar Hill, Texas. No, for real. I don't know. I really don't know about that.
So I'll say it hasn't been that long ago. I mean, I'll say
yeah. It's been that
No,
long.
so it was 11.
Right.
I think they beat
Yeah,
us. Right? They
Mr.
beat us in
Giants.
11, right?
2011, right. So yeah.
So that's the
So
last time they
yeah,
won.
15 years ago.
And they
I mean,
got
it's been a
like
minute.
40 teams. That's disrespectful. They got like 40 teams out there. How you only
And
got
the last time the Knicks 50 something years ago, 56.
The last time they won it.
Won it
73.
6 years ago. Yo, they hockey team, same thing. Big yo, I didn't know New York was starving for championships like that, but they're starving. Like they hockey team, you know, like you said, the Yankees since 09.
The Yankees
Yo.
been saving them though a little something.
Guess who's the worst?
Without the Yankees, they really would have been in a drought.
I think is it the Jets? I think the Jets is 59
They
years.
haven't won since Super Bowl 3.
Yeah, I was messing with my
59 years for the Jets. Oh my God.
We're going to Super Bowl 60 and shit this year.
What up, Marco? What up, Marco?
Like Joe Namath, that was
He said, what about the Liberty? I don't know about the Liberty.
Yeah, we got a shout out to the Liberty.
It's my last year. They won.
What's her name? What's Shorty name?
On some funny business, might I say, but they won.
Yo, hold up. So you mean to tell me I saw this thing on the on social media where they put all New York ain't won nothing. So you mean to tell me the Liberty, so the women's basketball team took something and won a championship in New York?
What's her name? New school. I fuck with her too. I like
y'all saw the Liberty. Y'all saw the Liberty. They don't play out of Connecticut.
They won on some funny business.
Yo, let me ask y'all this question. Y'all sure the Liberty don't play out of Connecticut?
Nah. They knew. Then why? They play. I think at the Barclays.
They got their own team. That's how you make it.
And technically, the Giants and the Jets in New Jersey. What are we talking about here, bro? New York never got a football team. So you know what's so funny? So
they got to play in Jersey. Where they got? New York don't got land like that to build a stadium.
Okay, so
but then they should have a fucking team there. It's New Jersey.
We play in Foxborough. Right? Shit, why we call Boston?
It's still Massachusetts.
New England.
New England, my guy.
So they represent us, though. I mean,
it's the New England.
You think of Boston?
It's the New England Patriots, not the Boston Patriots.
No, I'm saying like you think of Boston when you think of the Patriots. You don't think of Foxborough. You know what I'm saying? You don't think
Massachusetts, though, Stoney.
I got you, but it's the city. That's the focal point, the city.
Okay, so when you think of Detroit Pistons, do you think of the Palace of Auburn? What is they called?
No. It should be
that's Detroit. That's not a good.
That's the Newark Giants. It should be Newark. If you want to be this city, Newark's a city.
It should be New Jersey Giants or New Jersey.
It should be New Jersey Giants. I don't understand that. Y'all don't claim Redman, but you claim
that's the case. It should be San Francisco Warriors.
Dallas don't play. The Cowboys don't play in Dallas. They play in Arlington.
But at least they're in Texas,
right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Pax is in Massachusetts now. They're mad.
That's what I'm saying.
Now they was
in Dallas. They play in Arlington.
If they was in Rhode Island, it'd be a beef.
It's all the land. I mean, you know, it's
so
you know, but
so that's why I'm asking the question. I didn't know if the Liberty actually play inside New York City or they play in Connecticut. That's all I'm saying.
They play at the Barclays.
Okay.
They play in New York.
So New York, shout out to New York. They won a championship within the past 100 years. They won a chip in the past 100 years.
They got their own team. He said they've been playing Connecticut. He trying to give New York no love. I'm with Beans though. Fuck with Beans. I'm with Beans. I ain't giving them no love either.
Yo, I know my family out there. They gonna get me next week. I'm gonna be out in the city next week, and then they gonna be talking major. They better win. Because when I get there next week and they ain't win, I got a lot of shit for them, bro. No doubt.
They're gonna go for red if they lose. It don't matter. It don't matter. You know, that's how they are. If they lose,
come on, man. I'm telling you, every time
right now, if they lose this Eastern Conference championship. Let me tell you something for niggas that don't know. I'm gonna get on my shit now. New York's championship is when they beat any Boston team, Stoney. Am I correct?
True.
That's their championship.
That's what they wait for.
Less about winning an NBA championship.
That's what they wait for.
The Yankees care less about
He's
winning
not
the World
lying.
Series. The Giants and that shit care. Long as they get through a Boston team or New England team, that's all they want. They don't care.
He's fact about
That's
that,
how they
though.
are.
He's not lying.
They hate on us because we've
I'm
been
telling you.
Yeah,
yo,
they hate us, man.
Anytime I'm in New York,
out here, man. We have a lot of hardware out here, man. And
anytime I'm in New York,
But
I don't care who's.
Stoney,
I
with
don't care
half
whose
the
house
teams.
I'm at.
With half the teams. With half
Right,
the
with
teams.
It could be the Red Sox playing the Yankees or whatever the case. It doesn't matter. We could suck, whatever they suck. And them niggas will still be like, yo, we gonna see Boston. We seeing Boston. We seeing them niggas. Y'all niggas is soft. Like, you know what I mean? You know, so I
What up, son?
I gotta deal with it. I gotta deal with it. Y'all are soft. Like, but we soft, but we win. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? And they die for their New York Yankees. You know what I mean? They go hard on their Yankee blue and all this shit. But when's the last time the Red Sox won a chip?
More than they asked.
18.
Yeah, 2018.
All right, that's close enough for us, man. Y'all went all the way back to 09.
Anything less than 10 years is good.
Yo, so shout out to New York, man. Y'all are good rivalries. We're gonna take that rivalry every time. I know even next season.
They beat one.
No, I mean the rivalry. They you know, they always like you said. No, Stacks. Reason why I say it's a rivalry. They always you mentioned it last week when I watched the show. You mentioned it about this little brother thing. Like they try to always shit on Boston, like Boston's the little brother on everything, music, fashion. You just name it. The city, you know, view or however New York's always want to be on top. It doesn't even matter, like you said, especially to Boston and any other little states or little cities on going on. So anytime I know it, I consider Boston, New York rivalry, no matter what. Baseball, football, hockey, you name it, basketball, you name it. Every time we see them, we gotta spank them, or else they're gonna be talking shit. And it could be one game, like. It was one series. New York finally won a series against the Celtics in what? How many years? 100. And they, you know, they felt as though like they, no, for real, and they felt like they won something. I'm telling you, 100 years. Like, when's the last time? I don't even know that stat. When's the last time New York Knicks won a series against the Boston Celtics? Go back to the Bob Cousy fucking time.
I think Carmelo, that squad beat us.
Yes, that's the last time. Yeah, I just told you right with Carmelo. That's the year we was on the downslide. I think that was just Rondo was on that team by himself.
It was just Rondo?
Yeah,
it was just Rondo.
Yeah, we was
after the 09 season. After the 09 season. Okay.
I think we traded KG in them, right?
Yeah, we were just Rondo here.
Oh, David Burns put something. Yo, David, my fault. I'm not looking at the chat. My fault. They got this new thing where I'm gonna put the chat up, man, on the screen while we're talking. The chats will come up and people could see it and shit. He said, "Great win for late living." Natasha Cloud played outstanding lockdown defense in the end.
She sure did. She sure did.
I was gonna ask you because you know more about the ladies basketball than I do. Is the Natasha Cloud? She's good on the Liberty.
Yeah, defensively, she sound. Yeah, she sound. I was a great defensive player at the end. Sure, on Caitlin Clark at that.
Yo, David, you see what you just say here? This is what my aunt in New York says. She don't say New York, she says Boo York. No bullshit. And she's from New York, but you know why she said it? Because it's like, you know, the shit that goes on in New York. So that's why she call it Boo York. But no, that's funny that he said that because somebody I know, like my aunt says that shit out of New York and she's a New Yorker, Queens. You know what I mean? But she says the same kind of shit about New York, Boo York. You know what I mean? It's funny as shit when she says it. But
give me a chick from New York and call her Boo York. What up, Boo York? What's good?
That's my Boo York. Yeah, nah.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's what I'm saying. That's a good kind of little phrase. But yo, man, let's move on, man. We got Minnesota and OKC series, man. What's going on with this series, guys? I'm kind of out of the loop in the series. I know Minnesota came back yesterday and made it a series. I guess it's 2-1 right now. So yeah, how's it? Y'all could talk about that. I could sit back and listen.
After the first, I'm not gonna hold you. I turned it off after the first. I don't know. I didn't even watch the end of it.
Yeah,
I didn't watch
game
that.
3. You talking about game 3?
Yeah, I didn't watch game 3. I ain't gonna front. I ain't.
Not
enough.
Yeah, I mean it was a spanking. I didn't understand that spanking, but
from the jump ball.
right
So
from the
y'all,
jump.
the way the enthusiasm seems like the Eastern Conference has more excitement than what's going on in this Western Conference
At least in this
championship.
Yeah,
I think. Well, no, I think we still got time in the West. I think it's about to tighten up a little bit. I think going forward we're gonna see some good games. I mean, tomorrow is gonna be a huge game, another huge game for Minnesota.
Minnesota has to win that game.
They got to win it, and I think OKC is gonna come out to play. They're gonna come out to play tomorrow. I don't think you're gonna see what they did. You're not gonna see the same OKC team in game 3. I think they're gonna come out gunning.
Yeah, you'll see what they made of as far as what the reaction is, because I mean they lost bad last series, right? But I think they were already up. Were they already up 3-1 or something? When did Denver come back and they got them? They
that series was back and forth. I don't think nobody
back and forth. I forget which one. Did they lose heavy?
Yeah, they lost one game. They lost one game by like 30, but then
so
they was beating each other in that series by 20 pieces, 30 pieces.
I still like Oklahoma City in that. I actually like them to win it, but
so
I don't know.
Yeah, I like them to win it all.
Let me ask this question to you guys then. So just hypothetically, Indiana Pacers OKC, is this an exciting finals?
Yeah.
It will be.
Okay.
Terrible as far as the demographic is, but it'd be a good series.
But it's gonna be right. I agree. Okay. Demographic.
Right. I mean that's the reason why I'm asking this question. Maybe I'm a spoiled basketball fan. How y'all, how we as sports, aficionados and enthusiastic people that we love watching all the time. You would want to see them top teams in these big finals and stuff like that, right? So I'm not saying OKC is not a top team, but it's not that. Those marquee teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The LAs and the New Yorks, the Boston.
I don't want to see LA.
I understand, but we're so used to. I know what you're saying, though. But the fans are so used to those type of marquee.
Get used to something else.
No, I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm not really saying
but it's changing. No. You can see it's changing. It's changing.
No, I feel you, and I'm not coming at you, B. I'm just saying, this is the problem with this is. I mean, I rarely watch hoop, so for me, it is what it is. I'm not trying to be a snob about it, but bro, I just want to see the best teams play. I don't give a fuck if they play in Cleveland, Oklahoma, Indiana. I get it. I know you're saying, Beans. I'm not coming at you. I'm just saying I want to see the best basketball possible. And in my opinion, just for me, it's not because doesn't matter with the Knicks or the fans or whatever. I just think for me to watch that finals, I think an Indiana Oklahoma City finals would be more intriguing. But if the Knicks make it, I'll still watch. I just want to see the best team. I don't care about LeBron and even the Celtics. If you guys ain't make it, you didn't make it. If you ain't playing the best hoop, you ain't playing the best hoop. That's just me. And like I said, once again, I'm not coming at you, Beans, but it's like, who gives a fuck about that's that Sports Center effect. We root for the Dallas Cowboys. Not we, but they do. We talk about they suck. They're not good. Right. But you don't pay attention to these other teams because, like you said, the demographic of it. They need to switch that shit up, man. For real, they need to.
I'm with it. I'm with it. But you guys get what I'm saying.
No,
these are not like these high marquee high marquee teams like these, just the storied franchise out of these, you could go far as Chicago, Detroit, no matter what you want to call it. Like these teams won, Miami. People are so used to seeing these big, high, top 10. Come on, you got Oklahoma and Indiana.
You know what a perfect example is? We'll switch sports. We'll talk about hockey, right? Toronto Maple Leafs. They're like the Celtics. They're like as far as hockey goes. They were playing against Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers went to the Stanley Cup last year. Toronto the series was, everybody thought Toronto was going to win. I watched this because I'm watching the NHL Network talk about Toronto's back. They wanted Toronto when they're so bad, but know who won? The team that was a better team. And this is what I'm saying. Like, the media could try to sway us to talk about LeBron. I'll give LeBron all the props in the world. I'm not taking anything away from him in his career. But I just don't. The Lakers and you're pushing it. You know, they push these teams on us from every sport, and it's just like the Cowboys and
right.
I just want to see the best teams play, and obviously it's the media, so they're not going anywhere. And even like what Marco said, I agree 100% with that comment. If Oklahoma City plays even Minnesota, if they play New York, I think New York matches up better with Minnesota, but the way that the Oklahoma City will wear them down, and they have someone in the middle that could defend Towns, and with homeboy, what's his name, the white boy that was on the Knicks last year. Anyway, I just want to see my point is I just want to see the best matchup, man. I
feel you. I think you will. You're gonna see the best matchup because to me these four teams are good. They all good teams. I think no matter what matchup in the finals is gonna be good. They all good teams.
What? Remember, I said this to you guys a few weeks ago that somebody said to me, not to me. I was watching. You wouldn't call it an educational podcast. I was watching, and they brought up, they just brought up the playoffs, and Dr. Carr said, "Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing," and this is what he said, and this is during this first round with the who the Celtics had in the first round again? Orlando. He said it in this first round. He said, "Yo, Indiana's going to the finals." I'm like, what? I was watching like I said, it was an educational podcast, and Professor Dr. Carr, he's a Howard out of he's a professor out of Howard and shit. And I was just watching some shit. And he meant when they started talking about, we're into the NBA playoff season, and he was talking about, we got teams, and then he mentioned, he was like, yeah, Indiana's gonna get to the finals. Just like that, he said it. I think Indiana's going to the finals. I said, what? I was just thinking, like, where did he get that from? Boston's gonna wax everybody's ass. This is before we saw what we saw, right? Before what happened. And now to see that Indiana, is up 2-1 on the Knicks. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, how did he see that? So to me, I didn't see Indiana being where they at. That's just me.
Well, Indiana was in the conference finals last year, so
I know, but I just didn't for some reason.
I feel you. No, I feel you. Like,
I just felt as though I didn't see them there. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Maybe that's on me because I didn't pay attention to what that team got. But I just didn't see them there. You know what I mean?
They're gonna be around.
Hit that shot
around for a while. They got
something. If didn't hit that shot last year, that could have been a different series.
Right. They're gonna be around though. Indiana's definitely gonna be
around.
They're gonna be like that. They're gonna be like the new Milwaukee Bucks, so to speak, like that second best team in the East.
Now
just
hold on.
always there.
Milwaukee got a chip now, Stoney.
No, I'm just saying. See how Milwaukee was before they got that chip? They was always around.
It's gonna be lingering.
That's
that's
what I'm talking about. They're gonna always be that team.
They're gonna be that lingering team. That's the tough out. That's gonna be already perennial. No, I got
you. I'm telling you, Giannis was on some other shit that a couple years. Like if they could put some pieces around that dude, Milwaukee be right back. That's when you got to play as dominant on both ends, and that. Yeah,
do you think not to jump ship? We're gonna jump ship a little bit, but do you think Giannis is gonna move?
Yeah,
the way he's talking is he wants to go.
I mean,
LA or something.
It's looking like that. It just. I mean, they got to be the right team in terms of they got to have the players and the picks. I mean, that's not going to be an easy transition, transaction rather. Transaction.
There's a couple teams that could get him if he wants to go there. There's a
I
couple
think his
teams.
best fit is Houston. You ask me.
Houston,
You know,
you can go to
Yeah,
Houston.
Houston.
or San Antonio.
Go to San Antonio. You can
You
go
go
to
San
fucking
Antonio.
Go to
Shit,
fucking Dallas can package
Or
up.
even OKC as far as the assets go.
And remember, he wants to win now. So you got to take that into account too.
Yeah,
What team could win now with him on it? You know, like it can't be a 2-year project. It got to be like when he goes on that team, they automatically gonna be able to, you know, play for that title. That's what he wants.
What if he come to Boston?
I don't know how that would work.
I mean, I'm just saying how I mean, just saying, like, can we?
We don't
can
have.
we
I don't think we got the
gotta
asset.
shuffle it, right? Don't you? Doe was saying it. Shuffle it. It got to get broken, right?
Yeah, but you got to get under.
I don't think we got what it takes
under the cap. You got to get under. It's the money situation. So
yeah, like what are we gonna give up?
You know, you
gotta give up one of the two.
Right where you're at.
You can get under that cap because Giannis' contract. I think he only has 2 more years on his deal. So if you
gotta give up one of the two.
If you get rid of JB or Tatum, if you get rid of
it'll be JB. It'll be JB.
BJB. You get rid of Porzingis, Holiday, and Hauser.
Yeah, you have to get rid of like 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah, which is going to happen. It's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to happen anyway. So yeah, if you move 3 guys, you possibly Giannis could come here. But would he come here and wait on Tatum to get ready? Nah,
that's what I'm saying. Like he's not with that. You're
right. I agree with Tony. He wants to win right now.
You're right. You're right.
It's too risky.
But I think if you put him on Houston, and you put him on or San Antonio, they have enough infrastructure, in my opinion. I ain't gonna go through the whole roster for them to go right to the top. You know, Houston was number 2 already without, you know, I know it's regular season, whatever stock you want to put in that, but I think he's that good if you got that little infrastructure around him, especially him. Imagine him and Wemby together. Damn, that'd be dangerous. That'd be tough.
Yeah, San Antonio might be San Antonio could be the ideal spot.
That'd be a tough.
Could be the ideal spot for him, San Antonio, to tell you the truth.
They got the picks to give up to get him. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. But he got to go somewhere else, though.
Yeah, he got to go.
He wants out. He's been saying it. He was on Twitter doing a Q&A and he basically talking about Miami and LA.
What if he go to Detroit?
I don't think he will go there. He wants to go because I like Cade, but he wants to. I think he wants to go to like a warm weather. The way I'm only going by what he said on Twitter. He was talking about Miami and the West Coast, man. He's looking at the weather. Probably Texas. You don't pay taxes, so you know all those little things. All those little things count, man. You know.
No, I think Giannis will go anywhere where he can win.
Detroit's building something, right?
I just think he goes. Giannis. I mean, he had a chance to jump all over. Giannis is one of them guys where he just don't give a flying fuck. He just like, yo, just put me. If we winning games, I'm good. Like,
I think he will go
might be in Siberia.
A bona fide contender. He will go with like a bona fide team, not somebody who gotta like lock in like as soon as he come in, they'll chew in to win. But if they put him in a good situation, I think him being on that team could turn that team into a friggin' automatic contender. That's what I'm saying. A team like Detroit, like you mentioned, San Antonio, those are teams like he go on them 2 teams. Houston, he go on teams like that. They contending. You know what I mean? Like they're right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm looking at. And the reason why I mentioned Detroit's looking to crawl out obscurity right now. They looking to crawl out of that. You see what I'm saying? They building something in Detroit. I didn't even know about what Detroit was doing.
Y'all don't have assets like that. Jaden Ivey ain't gonna do it. They won enough this year where their pick ain't that great. Houston got like they got Reed Shepard's on the back. I don't know if he could play at all, but he didn't even play this year. You got the kid Cam. What's his name? Cam Stacks. Cam
Cunningham.
You got Jabari Smith. You got assets on there plus picks that they have. San Antonio got picks. They got the second pick this year in a deep draft. If San Antonio
the second pick and the 14th pick
in a deep deep draft.
Who got the number 1 pick?
Dallas.
Yeah.
What if the Celtics trade for the number 1 pick?
They mentioned that to get that kid
To get the kid
flag, but
get flagged.
We gotta see, man. Like,
what if they trade that pick, give up JB or somebody and get that pick?
But I don't think Dallas they taking that kid. They're not doing anything, man. That's their future right there.
You know, that's they rebound off of you off of Luka.
Yeah, the NBA gave him that pick. What you think? 1.1% share. NBA said, yeah.
Yeah, they ain't
We gave Luka to LA. That was already written, man.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that owner he's stupid enough to give up Luka. So maybe he's stupid enough to give up that fucking pick. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know nothing.
No. Hell no, he ain't giving up that pick. Hell no. No way, no how. Hell no. That
I said the same thing. If you'd have said they was telling me they was trading Luka, I would have said the same thing you just said.
Listen, I wasn't. I wasn't too shocked. I was shocked, but not that shocked, because it was already rumblings with Luka. It was rumblings going on. I mean, I'm shocked he did it when he did.
I was shocked at what they got in return.
Yeah, with return. I was shocked when they got.
Come on, Stoney, we ain't gonna do that. You got that dude just coming off a finals run.
If Bridges could get 5 first-round picks, Luka should have got 10.
First team all NBA, perennial all-star. Come on, bro, that's a shot. Those guys don't get traded like that. I can see.
Yeah, you're right.
Those guys get traded when they're on the downslide. You know,
right. You're right.
That
You're
when they got all them
that.
years ahead. Luka got 5, maybe 6 more great years ahead of him.
Great more years.
10 first-round picks, I would have been like, all right. I mean,
right.
What they got for him, that was a bad.
AD got hurt, man. Damn, like I wasn't surprised that he got hurt, but I was like, damn, you can't even give them. You can't even, that shit was just.
They could have
take flag.
Team in the NBA.
They're gonna take flag too, because they have him under that rookie that you can only make so much as a rookie. You don't have to pay him much.
Right.
I mean, he's gonna get money, but he ain't gonna be getting $40 million a year. So they'll take him, and you gotta. For what I hear from everybody, and from what I see, he's a bona fide. He's a can't miss bona fide.
Right. He's a shooter. Yeah, he's a dog. Yeah.
So you got him for cheap money, and you got AD and Kyrie come back 2 years from now. They still got a little ball left. So, but if you're the Celtics, it ain't what I want. It's what they have to do. He said it himself. It ain't what we want. They got to get under. They gave. It is what it is. They gave the contracts they gave. They at $500 million. The new guy ain't gonna spend. I wouldn't do it either on a team without Tatum. You can't run it back and pay $500 million. So we'll see. Like Tony said, the draft comes and whoever
they gotta see what they do. They gotta be smart about it.
I can't speculate because I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna get from under Holiday's contract.
They gotta be smart. They gotta be smart because they can't do shit to just be doing shit. They gotta do shit to go towards.
Brad's good with that though. I'm trust Brad. I trust Brad with that. I trust Brad with as far as what he's gonna get in return. He ain't gonna get what you want in return, but I trust him.
I like that comment, David. That's how I feel. Like these are not top tier. Like they're not marquee. It's like what he means. Not he mean Pacers beating the Knicks means nothing. It's like the Texas Rangers beating Milwaukee. It's like lower tier, and that's how it feels. It feels like it's not generating that oomph that we usually get, and that's just me being a old school ball player. I mean, basketball fan and watching, not knowing so much. And I'm gonna be 100%. I could be real about that. I don't know about a lot of these new kids that's out here splashing. I don't, and I'm glad you guys be giving me the homework on some of these kids that I need to be looking into and who's changing the game. So that's why, in a way, I feel as though like
you know what though,
you know what I mean.
The NBA's having. I love who, so it is what it is. I'm gonna watch whether whoever, but the NBA's been having an issue with ratings, so it's not like at this point the NBA's looking at it like, look, whatever matchup comes. If New York gets in, obviously it would be better for ratings if New York,
of course,
it's the biggest city in the United States, obviously, but
NBA's
been having issues with with Ravens for a while now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It
And I think this Knicks Pacers series is great too. Remember, this is an old school rivalry series. So yeah. This is old school, and this is holding the NBA's attention right now because it's an old school.
I watched it 30 for 30 early with the Indiana and the Knicks that Reggie Miller said. I mean, but you can't tell me. I watched like I said, I watched WNBA. I even watched the African basketball shit. You know what I'm saying? I might do an overstony on the low on a Sunday afternoon. Don't say nothing to nobody though. You know what I mean?
But I know we're about to call it a night, man. This was a late night show, and we had some good viewers here. Stoney, you're onto something. We had some good viewers in this late night show. People were stacking in. People are constantly in the live. People are sitting in on the live, and we got some people. What'd you say?
TV working in the background. The shit been missing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it was a little technical difficulties, but
so, you know, I'm glad the way the show came off today. I like the numbers. Maybe we are hitting some different realms in the algorithm.
Yo, real quick, Beans, my bad. Yo, I've been on this show for how many years now? Bro, we always talk about Stoney's get up. Yo, his background's kind of nice though. So I fucks with you, bro. Like I get really started peeping that.
I appreciate it.
Jackets hanging up in there too. What's that? What's under the TV?
What happened?
Is that basketball?
What are you talking about?
What's under your TV? What's under the pass sound?
Those look like kettlebells.
Kettlebells. Those are some
kettlebells.
Yeah,
those look like kettlebells.
Okay, he's working. Okay.
Nah, I do
I see you.
I swing the kettlebell before I go on the show and shit.
No, I get the old cheese jersey. I'm fucking with you.
No, yo, but you guys, all y'all, come on, man. All of you got
the F-45. Stone, you still on the F-45?
Yo, listen.
Oh, yeah, I'm still there, man.
He got me hooked on that F-45, bro. I'm hooked on that shit. I got class tomorrow morning, 6:15. No, I don't play that shit.
You place that cup too. I like how you place this up, this Beans. I see what you did on that.
No, but yo, that F-45. Real quick, guys. Listen. Before we go, there's two things I'm gonna mention because we got 3 minutes. I was on Larry Holmes shit for the past few years, and if y'all don't know who Larry Holmes is,
the boxer,
yeah,
like Larry Holmes slapped you in sick.
There you go, Stack. There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. This is why I like.
I gotta know your hip hop to realize what you gotta know your hip.
So I was on my Larry Holmes shit for the past 5 years. I ain't gonna lie, I was Larry Holmes in it. All right. And that was never me. Stacks would tell you, even Cook would tell you, I was never on some shit like that, like just let myself like turn into Larry Holmes. And I did. But yo, it's been since February I've joined this F-45. Stoney put me on to it. Yo, bro, this shit's I love going there, yo. What's today? Sunday. Yesterday I did the hour class. Yo, no bullshit. I love going there. And so far, I went to a doctor's appointment the other day just to do some follow-up shit. My man dropped like 16 pounds. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And it's just me going in I go 4 days a week, 3-4 days a week, and I get it in. You know what I mean? Like literally, like Stoney would know, like it ain't no playing around in that 45. You ain't sitting there twiddling your thumbs and watching Instagram or some shit. No.
You gotta come right. You gotta come ready.
You working, and I'm telling you, that's been the best thing I've been doing so far, man. And the camaraderie that you get with the guys in the gym and all that shit's cool. So shout out to Stoney for putting me back on my shit. You know, getting with that F-45 is the best thing I've done. Trust me. Like especially at being at 50, yo, I feel like 5 years younger, and I'm only been working out for 2-3 months now. So no bullshit.
We gotta keep it going too.
We gotta keep it going. That's that health and wealth. That's that health and wealth. No bullshit. Health and wealth.
Same weight, Stoney the same weight he was in fucking high school.
No doubt. And
that's good. Fuck out of here. Like
and one last thing I want to mention,
what he looked like in high school.
And one last thing I want to mention, we got 1-2 minutes left. Shout out to Liverpool, Premier League championships, Premier League champions, Liverpool. LeBron them probably smiling lovely with a big purse or a big suitcase next to them because their team, you know, once you win some shit like that, man, the
Red
money.
Sox on Liverpool.
Yeah,
owns like 2%. LeBron owns like a little bit of it, but
yeah, but he's still in that Red Sox racing group. That's what I mean. He's inside Fenway. He's in Fenway Racing Group. He's part of the Fenway Racing Group. With them dudes. And
John Henry and them boys.
With John Henry and them boys. So LeBron's sitting lovely. He's been put in a good situation, basically. You know what I mean? So regardless if it's 2%, that's 2% of 20 billion, like whatever. You know what I mean? So he's making some good change off of that right now. So he's doing huge. So shout out to Liverpool, man. Liverpool was in the dumps. Doe would know. Doe's a soccer fan.
Yeah,
Liverpool was one of them teams that
celebration, man.
I didn't get to see the celebration, but Liverpool was one of them teams that was the trash teams of the Premier League. You know,
real quick, Aston Villa choked today against Manchester United. They choked. They should have won the Champions League. They choked.
Yep.
Not even that was terrible, man.
Yeah. And Manchester United wasn't even playing for shit.
Nah, I mean, just for pride, but like that was bad. That was a bad loss, bro. That was a bad loss. Plain and simple.
Yeah, it was.
Bad loss, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the coach, I couldn't even believe that what I seen. I was so convinced that Aston Villa would win that game to go back to Champions League, bro, that I put money on them. I'm like, yo, you really gonna sell out to Man United? But it is what it is.
Yo, listen, but
shout out to real quick, Barca too. I think Barca wrapped up that La Liga, man. I think they won their little title too.
Okay. I seen La Liga, but I didn't read up on the news on La Liga.
But yeah, Liverpool is huge. That's huge. That's huge. John Henry. Now he could put some more money into the Red Sox.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice take on that. Now he can put some more money into the Red Sox and get that Red Sox back on that championship level. So guys, it was a great show. We're gonna end it. We hit that hour mark. We're about a minute over the hour mark. Yo, Stacks, thanks for coming through. Doe, thanks for coming through. We doing a late night show. It was great to do this late night show, and we had a good lot of viewers and followers. Followers. So yeah, I mean, if we could do it again, if that whatever, we'll do it again based on the scheduling of the rest of the playoffs.
Would next week be a game 7? Let's just say if it went 7, would next Sunday be like a game 7? You guys know?
Yeah, it could be both series.
Yeah, I think it'll reach next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, it'll reach next weekend.
So we'll let y'all know ahead of time if it's that same deal. We're gonna be back.
Exactly. Thanks for saying that, Doe. We'll probably put that out there ahead of time. Thanks for everybody who was coming through and whoever watched it further. After the live. Because we do this live every Sunday. If you watch after the live, please hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, to subscribe. Follow, share, do the whole shit, man. Make this algorithm pop off a parlay with us. Guys, I'll see y'all next Sunday.
Brothers, man, have a good week, brothers.
Yeah, have a good week, fam. And I'll see y'all, man. Be peace, man. Stay safe out there.
Peace.
God, and make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through. But don't break.